Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so fresh off a huge win against number 4 ranked Texas, the Fighting Irish are riding high heading into their game against Syracuse this weekend. But for a second, we don't want to talk about the game of basketball. We want to switch things up a bit and talk about how one of the team's stars, I think you know her, off the court is doing some oohs and ahs as well. Then sensational Hannah Hidalgo is here. We also got Allie from Allie on the Boulevard right down the road from us. We've got to talk about this right here. These, Hannah's hoops. I don't know if we can get a good shot of these. I think camera 3 is going to point over here in a second. These are Hannah's hoops. If you've never had them, we've got to talk about this line because, Hannah, you have been balancing being a student, a player, of course, an athlete. Oh, and you are supporting yourself because you are your own brand as well. Can you talk about that for a moment, how easy or difficult that is?
Yeah, honestly, I would say it's just a blessing. Honestly, to be able to play the game of basketball and now in this NIL space, it's just something that's so different, but it's truly a blessing for us athletes because we're able to take advantage of not only doing well on the court or on the field, wherever we're doing, but also off the court, making money kind of off of who we are. So it's honestly just a blessing to be able to kind of have this image, but also play the game of basketball.
It's huge. Let's talk about this collaboration. Allie, how did this all start? How did the relationship begin between you and Hannah?
Her team reached out to us, and at first I was like, seriously? Oh. And Hannah is such an amazing, dedicated, disciplined, phenomenal, hardworking human that it was a heck yes.
Yeah, that's a clean way to put it.
Yeah.
You probably said something else too. We've got some video I want to show too, and as we work to get that video up, I got to ask you the "Don't forget the hoops" mantra. Where did that come from? Where did that start? How did that come about?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's just a saying that my mom would always say, but I feel like for me personally, it's just kind of that gives me that extra feminine look when I'm off the court, you know, because everybody knows me on the court where, you know, you can't wear any jewelry, like you can't show this like sort of feminine side. So when I'm like off the court, I'm able to, you know, wear my jewelry and kind of dress a little more girly. It's just something that gives me that feminine look kind of off the court.
Yeah, and when you go out and you're wearing those hoops, I know you get complimented a lot from folks and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah. Like I love your jewelry. I love that.
Great stuff. Okay, so this is technically the second collaborative collection. The first one, huge success. Allie, I want you to talk about that for a second because I think it's a big deal to have someone like Hannah that is in conjunction with your store, something that's locally, that's homegrown, from the grass up. Can you talk about that?
The success is because this phenomenal athlete is so successful and driven and motivated. So the collaboration was all about Hannah, really, and all that she brings to the community through working with the community and also with us.
Yeah,
so,
I know it's huge. I want to ask you, Hannah, what do you hear from those who look up to you, those who say you inspire me? I know you get it a lot. I know just last night after the game, I was watching you courtside. I'm like, when does she change? Like, how are you able to go from, like, I know you got so much on your plate, so I'm just curious, like, how are you able to listen to what people have to say, and how do you take that? Because I know you're so humble.
Yeah, you know, it's always so many people encouraging me, especially from the community. Like, they tell me how proud they are of me and like how fun it is to watch me. And honestly, it's just such a blessing to be able to have the fans that, you know, we have as a team, for them to just come up and say, you know, how proud they are of us, and they're cheering for us. They come to almost every single game, and so, you know, it's just truly a blessing to be in this position. They're always so supportive of us.
You obviously, you're a student athlete, so you are young, and you walk into anywhere. You walked in our newsroom and everybody just froze. Like, everybody's acting like, oh, that's Hannah. When you walk in, you make your presence felt. What's your advice to all the other young girls out there who are watching this and want their names on something like this in the future?
Yeah, of course. I say my biggest thing is just be confident in yourself. I think that's something that I used to struggle with when I was younger, just being the smallest one on the court. But, you know, just as I got older, just, you know, continuing to be in the gym and put that work in, and just to put my faith in Christ, and to just keep having that confidence, you know, in myself, and not worry about all the outside noise.
Allie, what has she taught you? Because I know when you sit next to her, she teaches people. I know you've learned something, a thing or two.
She teaches me to keep going, and that, you know, even when things get really hard, and
because small businesses is really tough, right? Especially after the pandemic.
Especially with all the online shopping, it's been really hard on us. So, yeah, I think just keep going, and you will persevere in one way or another, in the right way that you need to be.
I know you're strong in your faith. I know you've said it several times in this interview alone. Looking ahead, you've got so much to do, so much on your plate. Of course, I said it repeatedly. What's your hope with this line? What do you hope this does for not just the community here, but abroad? Because I know you've got your hometown, of course. You've got so many people looking up to you there as well.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing is just for people to know who I am off the court, you know, not just to see me as this aggressive player on the court who's always yelling, but, you know, just to be this kind of, you know, calm girl who likes to do other stuff, you know, outside of basketball, and just, you know, in some way be a blessing to someone, whether that's, you know, a local store like Allie's, but, you know, just the fans.
Yeah, our GM was right on the sideline. I know he heard you screaming, clawing, and scratching, trying to get that ball. It's crazy. It's amazing watching you do your thing, and it's always amazing to see what you do in this community. So this just makes sense. So Hannah, Allie, thank you both. Thank you both for being here. By the way, we've got ways you can actually get these hoops. You see the website right there, shopallieonline.com. You click on the banner. There are so many different. How many versions of these are there? They're like 7, 8 different ones?
Yeah, I think we have 8 different collections,
Wow.
and they're all sterling silver and 14-karat gold filled.
What? Come on now. There's a website right there, and you've got the address as well. You can see this entire interview at WNDU.com. Let's get